Hello friends, so today in this video we're going to discuss an interesting problem from LeetCode, problem name target sum. So first we're going to understand what the problem statement is asking, and then we're going to move to how to implement and understand the logic part. So the problem is telling you that you are given an integer array nums and an integer target. Okay, now you want to build an expression out of these numbers by adding a symbol plus or minus in front of each integer which is given in the nums array, and then concatenate them to form an expression. As you can see, maybe you are given 2 and 1, so you have to add a plus or a minus before every number. So you can make this 2 as a plus 2 and add a minus 1 in front of 1, so this will become total of 1. So you have to find out a number of ways such that you can add plus or minus in front of every number so that you can reach the target value. Now, as you can easily understand that this is some sort of a DP problem because the states can repeat. Okay, now how to understand what are the states and how to add different positive and negative numbers and how to find the answer. See, now there are two things you have to understand. In the problem statement, you are given some number. Let's assume that the number is 1, 2 and 1. Okay, now you want to reach a state of, let's assume, 5. Okay, now what you can see in this problem is at the first point maybe you want to add 1 to it, like you have to plus 1, so you add 1, then you again add 1, or else you can add, like you might have added minus 1 here. Okay, so it can become 1 and minus 1 also. Okay, then from this part you can add plus 2, so it can become 1 plus 1 plus 2, or you could have added minus 2, so it can have become 1 plus 1 minus 2, and from this also you can have added like plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 2, or minus 2, and then it keep on like bifurcating in the direction. Now what you can understand or see in this solution is at each step, like at each state, can be defined by how many numbers you have taken till now and what is the total sum which is formed till now. I hope you get the point. So see, at this particular state, after taking all the elements before 2, the total sum can be 4, the sum can be minus 2, the sum can be 4, and the sum can be like 0. So after taking all of these numbers, as you can see, the sum can be any of these numbers. So I have two like things to define a particular state, I, at which I am on, because see, if I am on this particular I have these particular numbers I can go from again in further directions. Okay, I hope you get the point. And then you can use this particular number to find out whether my answer will occur or not. Okay, because I want to reach a state of 5. Okay, so now this can be a particular logic how to understand such deep problems. You have to first find out some particular state value. By state is that what if you want to find out the answer for this particular value again in the program, then whether you can use it by storing it somewhere else. Now the sum can be negative also in this case. Okay, so the sum can become negative also. So like instead of, then it becomes difficult because in DP table there are two properties. Okay, you are storing out the I at which you are and the sum. Now if the sum is negative, you cannot make an index negative. So instead of that, what you can easily see here is, the sum, like the target value, can be from minus 1000 to plus 1000. So it means that I want to somehow manipulate these numbers to reach a value of like at least of minus 1000 and a maximum of 1000. So what you can do here is instead of taking minus 1000 as a target, like because the sum can become minus 1000 not to reach this minus 1000 value. Instead of that, what you can do here is before storing this value in the DP table, add 1000 to it. 1000 means that I am actually shifting this number by 1000 positions. So that, because see, the minimum value, the minimum sum it can get is minus 1000. I hope you get the point. So the minimum value of this total sum after placing some signs can become minus 1000 because I do not want to go below minus 1000. I hope you get the point. So I can get the minimum value is minus 1000. So, and the maximum value is 1000. Okay, so instead of getting minus 1000, what you can do here is, if I add 1000 to all the numbers, then what will happen is, if we get like 1000 to all the numbers, it will become 0. And if we add 1000 to 1000 only, it will become 2000, which is still a positive number. So this is actually helping us to actually shifting the number line, so to actually help us in our advantage, so that I will not land down to a negative number. You can use maps, okay, like you can use a map to store out a pair of value of like this negative, like a number, index and a sum. That is also fine, okay, because map can store a negative value also. But if you are using some sort of a table, some sort of a matrix to store the DP values, then it is beneficial to use like this shifting. I hope you get the point. So I will tell you more with the code part now. So in this table, I have made a DP table of 2025. By 2000, I actually means because I am shifting everything, so the sum becomes from 0 till 2000. In the problem statement, the sum is from minus 1000 to plus 1000, but because I've added 1000 to every number, so what will happen is, because I'm adding 1000 to every number, what will happen is the sum will become, the total sum will become from 0 till 2000. Okay, and thus the total DP value will go from 0 till 2000. I've just added 5 for a buffer, and also the total length, because I can iterate from 0 till 20, so that's why I've added 5 also for a buffer value. You can just add 20, 22, whatever you want. Okay, now I have to memset this DP table to -1, so that we have to like make it do not visit it sort of thing. Then this is the OK function, which will just tell me the particular answer for how many ways are there to reach, like to get our target value. So this is the nums array which we have, the target which we want to reach, 0 and 0. This is the total till now. Okay, and I is the ith index which we are on. Now this OK function is called again. I just find out the length of this nums vector. Now what is the final case or the base case? We have to always write down the base case. The base case can be when my I becomes outer bound, because I have to put sign on every number. So when my I becomes outer bound, which is my I become n, I've used all the numbers, and my total become equal to target. That is a particular way. So I will return out 1, which is like this is one particular way. Else if my I equal to n, I have set signs to all the numbers, and till then also my total is not equal to target, so I will return out 0. Okay, so this is some sort of the base case, because I want to end when my I just reaches out the end of the vector. I don't have to go further because I have marked down the signs for all the vector positions. The second, after this, I have to check the condition for whether I have seen this state again or not. So what you can see here is, I cannot just add 1000 to all the numbers here, because see, if I add 1000 to all the numbers, I have one number 1 and I have one number 2. I will add 1000 to both the numbers, so it will become 1000 and 2000, like 1001, 1002, and after adding it, it will become 2003. Okay, I'm not doing that. I just want that before getting the total sum, I have to add 1000 before storing in the DP table. So the total sum I have till now is this total value. If I put some negative or positive numbers in front sign of these nums value, then I will get some negative or positive total sum. But before storing the total sum in the DP value, I will add 1000 to it, such that it is shifted by 1000 position, and it will be always greater than equal to 0. So if I have seen this particular state again, what is the state? The total and the particular I am on. If I have seen this, which is not equal to -1, I will return out this DP value. Else I have two options. I have not seen this state. Okay, now I am on a particular I, and I have to put a sign. I have to put a sign on this particular I am on. So I have two options. I can either put a positive sign or I can put a negative sign. So I will call this OK function again with nums and target being the same, but now the total till now. So if I put a positive sign on the particular I am on, then what will happen is my total will increase by nums of I, and I will increase my I also, because my I will increase and my nums of I will increase, my total will increase by nums of I. Else the other case can be just remain the nums and target as the same. I have put a negative sign on the current I. If I put a negative sign, my total will decrease by nums of I, and I will go to the next element, which is I plus 1. So I will recursively call this function again for two states, the one state can be if I put +1, like a positive sign in front of the ith element or a negative sign in front of a ith element. If I place a positive sign, my total will increase by nums of I. And if I place a negative sign, my total will decrease by nums of I. And because I've placed that, now I will go to the next I. And I will recursively call this function again for that. And the total steps which I will get, or the total possible ways I will get for the particular state, is the total summation of that. And before returning out, I have to actually update my total DP state, which is like again total plus 1000. So whenever I'm using a DP table, I will add 1000 to it, and this is the same state because this particular state value is answer. So I will update my particular answer and then I will return out my particular call function. I hope you understand the logic and the code part for this problem. If you still have any doubts, you can mention down. I will see you next one. Till then, keep coding and bye.